Member for Little Falls.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have received a number of concerned calls from my constituents who rely on the income supplements from Assured Income for the Severely Handicapped, or AISH program. Now, they're not only concerned that the carbon tax will raise the price of consumer goods, but also that the rebate might actually work against them by increasing their non-exempt income, and so disqualifying them from receiving the full benefit. To the Minister of Human Services, what are you doing to ensure that this benefit will not be calculated against AISH payments which support our most vulnerable?
Minister of Human Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, member, for the question. Requirements of the AISH program still remain the same, which they were before. What we have done, we have increased funding to the AISH program so we can manage the case per case growth, the cost of the case, and the more people coming onto that program. And we will make sure that the new program, they have benefits available throughout.
That's all.
Many people have to spend more on basic shelter and food needs, and given that Alberta's most vulnerable, especially those who have to live on fixed incomes and will be hit hard by this ideological tax, again to the Minister of Health Services, Human Services, have you actually conducted any analysis at all on how this punishing carbon tax will affect those receiving AISH?
Minister of Environment.
Well, indeed, Mr. Speaker, the Climate Leadership Plan that was released in November discussed this matter of rebates and ensuring that there is adjustment for low and middle income Albertans, which is precisely why 60% of Albertans will receive the full rebate and 66% a partial rebate, Mr. Speaker. And in fact, many people who are the lowest income will come out just a little bit ahead because we know higher income people use more emissions, Mr. Speaker. That is a well-documented fact that is in the Climate Leadership Plan. In addition, we have had these conversations with community groups and others all through the last fall. It was this official opposition that took a pass on those conversations because they don't believe in climate change.
Thank you. The second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given that under the AISH program policy there is currently no fully exempted income provision for money received as a carbon tax rebate, and given that this government clearly did not think of the most vulnerable when they crafted their poorly timed and punitive carbon tax, will the minister commit to adding funds received from the carbon tax rebate into the fully exempted income list in the AISH policy manual?
Honourable Minister of the Environment.
Mr. Speaker, the adjustment rebates are in fact not part of, they're not subject to a clawback of any kind, Mr. Speaker. So any suggestion otherwise is simply trying to misinform the public and foment fear among people. Given that it is a policy that will move us forward, accepts the science of climate change and wants to diversify the economy, which are all goals that the official opposition does not share.